seeing right now are custom figures that I've made for some of my adventures that I've made the past couple of years. This is one of my latest customs, Clara Oswald for the 11th Doctor, 5.5-inch custom. Had some nice reviews about this figure that I've customized. I like this one a lot, although I think the hair is a bit much. She has nice long hair, but not quite as thick. But the custom figure that I used, the head, already had a bit of hair already, so I just sort of customized with modeling clay or putty, and sort of sculpted the hair, and just added some paint. Very nice. The body is of another figure. The head is of a different figure. The body is of a Amy Pond action figure, actually. And just added a little paint to it. I saw a photograph of Clara. Let's do a comparison. Okay, this is the released 3-inch action figure of Clara Oswald. It's the 3-inch of Clara, and this is the one I've made. So my version is rather close. Very close indeed. And there's Clara there, played by Gina Louise. It's a similarity. She's one of my favorite actresses, as well as favorite companions for the Doctor. I really enjoy her. It's a similar, have a good likeness. I thought the face looked quite a lot like her. Moving on to our other customs. The first Doctor's companions, Susan, Ian, and Barbarette. They were companions of the first Doctor. With Barbara particularly, I really admire the sculpt work that I've done. Yes, the head is made of, get a good picture. The head's made of, from a Sarah Jane action figure, actually, with the hair, taken off and resculpted. Good view of her hair. Hair's been resculpted with modeling clay, and her sweater as well with modeling clay, with a few ridges up here around the head and neck. Took some time to make. The body is also of Sarah Jane, and she just repainted. Here's a comparison. Jacqueline Hill. Because that's her artwork. That's good likeness. Similar. This is Susan, which is a custom. Her attire is similar to that of the Censorette story. That's where I based my design from, that story. Chesterton. It's similar. There's a Captain Jack action figure head placed on the body of another figure wearing a suit. I think it's a good custom. They bear a good likeness, I think. Particularly the hairstyles. Well, quite similar. Especially Barbara. Very nice. In the background is Strax. That's a custom as well. I used cloth clothing and a regular classic series Suntarn action figure for the head. Oops. The Suntarn figures of the new series are, I thought, a bit bulky for the clothing be put on the sun. So I had to use the classic series Suntarn instead, which is easier to fit cloth clothes. Sorry. Cloth clothes fitted on the figure. Okay. Vastra should filled over a little bit. Yes, this is Vastra. Because it's just a regular Cyberman figure from the new series. Repainted. Red. This is Zoe from the second Doctor's era. She's been repainted. Painted kind of a purplish color. And I used a Batman action figure to sculpt the body and just repaint. Actually, it's a Poison Ivy action figure. And the head is, I believe it's a big Xena figure of some sort. Or Hercules action figure from that toy line. She looks a lot like Zoe Harriet, Whitney Padbury. So I thought she'd make an excellent Zoe custom. Along with Jamie McCrimmon. The head, of course, is Matt Smith, Doctor head of the earlier Matt Smith figure. The hair is resculpted. Let's get a closer look at that. Similar to Smith, but slightly resculpted to look a little more like Jamie. I did the coat with modeling clay and had a little design around here. And then the kilt is a cloth piece that I found. The legs are of another action figure with the boots, which was hard to find action figure that had these kind of boots that Jamie wears. So I had to find a figure and then sort of place it, glue it on the body of another figure. So it's like 3 different figures to make Jamie. Believe it or not. I think it's pretty good. Here's Adric. This is my most recent custom. I used Harry Potter action figure to help design Adric. Got a close-up of him. He's missing the star. I'll have to add that later. I plan on using him in the story in the future. Looks a little like Adric, not very much in the face, but somewhat. The hair is a lot like Adric's hair. first and second Doctor companions, Ben and Polly. I think about Michael Crazy and Nick Wills. I think the face, not really like Polly, somewhat. So Buffy Vampire Slayer figured head I used with another body. Somewhat like Polly though. The hair especially like Polly from Power of the Daleks and the Cybermen 10th Planet story. So it's quite similar. Ben head quite a bit like Ben somewhat. It's the only body I could use for Ben, so did really well. I used them in the classic stories. Remake of Lost Story or original classic story I made up with the first or second Doctor, particularly the second Doctor. Here's how they would look in black and white. Now, behind them are Yetis action figures that I customized. And let me show you those. I made these figures for my remake stories of The Web of Fear, where the second Doctor encounters the Webbies and the Yetis in the London Underground. They have character options, hadn't made Yetis yet, so I was really eager to make that story. Now this was a lost story, but recently found late last year. I started filming the story like last year around just before they discovered it. So I ended up making classic lost episodes, and they found the actual original episode. So that was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed that story from what I saw of it. Now these are my custom Yetis. I made them from a Star Wars action figure and sort of resculpted it with the modeling clay and a bit of paint. The hands are made to go up. Of course, they're a lot larger than the actual Yeti's hands. You can put a gun or something in this hand, or it can knock somebody, attack. I particularly like this version rather well. Some of the paint's chipped a bit from use. I posted some of my stories of the action figure version with the Fear already, so take a look at those. But the arms can also kind of pull out a bit, allowing you to place what I did to make the Yetis is what make them look alive. I would place a light inside the Yeti, allowing the eyes to glow. It requires you to pull the arm out and place the light inside of it. Something like that. Well, that's the idea. Of course, it's a little better. But that's the idea. Of course, these are how they will look in color. I'm planning on making maybe a future story with the Yetis, with the third Doctor, maybe the Master. That'll be in the future, later. Maybe later this year, I'm not sure. But look out for them. They might be coming at you. That's my toy review for today. Bye-bye.